Hey everybody, it's Kathy Burns with Tech Savvy Realty Solutions, and I'm here with Logan Kramer. Excited to have him. He's going to go over and explain Repurpose IO, which is an incredible tool that you're going to need. So subscribe below, check out all these different things that we've got going on for you. I'm excited for you to hear about Repurpose IO today. Hey Logan.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for having me on. Appreciate you.
Sure.
It's very nice to get to know you more and more as we met last week. Definitely a great personality, and you can definitely feel how much you really want to help people. That's the biggest thing. Before I want to jump into kind of what Repurpose IO does, I'm going to share my screen right here with you really fast. Go ahead and share.
Wonderful.
Okay, let me know if you can see this.
I can.
Right here with you. Awesome. So I was able to meet with Kathy last week, and we were able to go through what Repurpose.io does, and she was able to share with us about her community and how much people really need all these different systems and software. And so one thing that we love about Repurpose.io is that it really simplifies your content creation. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of times it can be daunting when you jump into the content creation world. You're working with sometimes 6-7 different platforms. You don't want to be tied to your phone all day.
Yeah.
And so this is what kind of Repurpose has tried to help, is to automate your repurposing platform from one video to all the different social media platforms.
Yeah. That was very exciting to me, because you're going to go into all this detail. It's like you're just doing like one video, and it basically repurposes it, and you can even schedule it all out too. So time efficiency.
Yeah, it's really crazy. I used to be basically glued to my phone. I started with TikTok a long time ago, and then I would create my video. I'd go and try to download it and get the watermark off, and then I'd go onto YouTube, download it, do the caption, go onto Instagram. It was just a whole thing, every single video.
Yeah.
And if you've been in the content creation space for a long time, you know that content burnout is real.
Yeah, it is.
Where it's you want to stay consistent, but man, it just takes up so much time. And then after a while, you kind of just fizzle out. And this is what I've talked to thousands of creators at this point. And so whenever I found Repurpose.io and kind of started working with them more and more, it's just insane how much time this can save you. And then you don't have to worry about being on every single platform. You can really just focus on your content.
Yes.
It's the beautiful part.
This is great.
So one thing that we like to do is just kind of expand your reach without extra work. So how it works is you kind of have a source content. So for example, in my personal content strategy, I start with just Instagram.
Okay.
And then you create small, simple workflows where it's saying hey, I post on Instagram, and then automatically it will post to TikTok. And so that way you can grow your audience on all the different platforms. And so you can send it to, I'm going to show you right here, all the different connections that we have.
A lot of people don't understand what a workflow is. And I really just kind of learned about it with my Go High Level website, that if it's kind of here's the directions of how it's going to flow. And it was Greek to me for a while there. And when you just did that, I really got it immediately. So that's a great tool.
Yeah. So workflows, sometimes I talk marketing jargon, so I apologize about that. But workflows is just simply saying, hey, we want to do this, and it's going to go to this. And it's kind of like telling it a sequence, like instructions to automatically do it for you in the background.
Yeah, love it.
So with Repurpose.io, the first thing you really do is you just connect your platforms. So you want to make sure that you have YouTube, Facebook. You can do Google Drive, Dropbox, LinkedIn, Twitter, even Snapchat and Pinterest, which most people might not think about. But all these different platforms have different, that's where your potential audience could be, right? There could be a mom, or someone who is in your demographic, real estate agents, people looking for homes, or whatever it might be, on Pinterest, because there's a lot of moms on Pinterest. Or there could be people on Facebook who in your demographic, a little bit older aged compared to Instagram. So the nice thing about this is that we're simplifying so that your content can be on all those platforms at the same time with no less work.
So are you saying, sorry for driving you crazy, but are you saying that I basically set up my account, and then I connect all the different platforms that I have? So my Dropbox, my Pinterest, my YouTube, my Google Drive, all of that. So that's in play. And then now I can go to the next step, which is creating the workflows of how, if this, then that, then this, then that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So
good.
so the first thing you do, you just log on and then you just press connect your socials, and it's pretty simple. You just kind of like log in to your socials, and then you just press yes, connect with Repurpose.
Oh wow.
So once they're connected, you can show that they're active. Like, so I have my TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, Google Drive, and all that stuff. And it looks kind of daunting at first if you're not really into a lot of the tech stuff, but once it's there, it's there. So you only have to do it kind of like once.
And you can start slow.
Yep. And that's the cool part too. We have a bunch of guides and things like that, because we know that, sometimes this can be like a little bit scary at first, but once it's there, you can kind of go through it together, and then it's done. No,
I also see a little chat thing on the bottom right hand. Is that like if I was stuck?
Yeah, so we have our support team here. There's you can ask us questions. Let's say like you try something out and you're like, hey, it's not working how I'd really like it to. You can definitely come into contact with us. We really want to help you guys out to simplify everything.
That's actually how I found you personally.
Yeah, exactly. And then
and you were live. And I said, let me go jump in here, because talk about that. So you do a live training or something where people just come in?
Yeah, so right now, Thursdays and Fridays, we're doing 2 hours of lives where people can jump in and say, hey, like I've been, I'm either I'm new to Repurpose, what is it all about? Or like, hey, I'm struggling with this one particular workflow. How can we make this work? And so we can dive in it together, share the screen, and kind of help you work through it, which is kind of fun.
Yeah, it was great. That's what you and I did. I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's a lot of fun. We get to meet people too, and it's good to put faces to customers and things like that. And that's really what it's all about. And so basically what we did with you when we were talking last week is we just created a simple workflow. So in your workflow right now, Kathy, what do you kind of start with? What's your favorite platform, I guess?
I start with YouTube, and I have 2 different channels.
Okay.
Well, that's a good question. Seeing as I have 2 different channels that would flow into all those other accounts. Yeah. It's like 2 that are going into 1, if that makes sense.
Yeah. You can set up up to 5 platforms, so you could set up both of your YouTube channels as long as you're the manager of that platform, which you are. Yep. You can just connect both of them, and you just want to name them something different. So that way, when you're making a workflow, you can do from your first YouTube channel to your normal TikTok. You can do then your second YouTube channel to your other TikTok as well. So, and I'll show you what that kind of looks like right now, and just how simple it is. I'm just going to say like how basic it is. You really just do create new workflow after you've connected, and then you name this workflow. So what was one of your YouTube channels?
Real Estate Riches.
So you just put in Real Estate Riches right here to TikTok, for example. Okay. So that's going to be the name of this workflow, and then you press next. And then what you want to do is choose your source type, which for you in this case would be your YouTube channel. So you just go ahead and click on choose a source type, and then you click YouTube. And then this is where you can choose which YouTube channel. I only have one connected, but you would have 2, so you can choose which one. And then you can even go as far as choosing, hey, do I want it to go to a certain playlist? Which playlist is it from, and things like that. And then at the bottom, you can choose, do I want all YouTube videos? Do I want shorts only? Because for those who don't know, shorts are just like little mini snippets kind of on YouTube. Or do you want like the full regular videos? Because, so you have videos that are 30 minutes, maybe even to an hour.
That's great.
And so you can choose which kind you want, and then you press next. Now the action here, so there's really only 4 steps: name, source, action, destination. So the action, we're just going to be uploading that YouTube video to the other platform. Gotcha. So upload video, and then we're going to want it to be the full video. And then you press next. And now we choose the destination. So we already have the name, we have the YouTube as the source, the action is upload the video. And then now we want to just choose the destination. For this workflow, it's going to be to TikTok. And so we just go ahead and click TikTok. This is very simple. Yep. And then once you're done with that workflow, you just press done, and then it's creating it right now. It's creating the workflow. It didn't necessarily happen. It just created the workflow, which is the process, right? Yep. Exactly. Exactly. And so now we have the workflow right here, Real Estate Riches to TikTok. And so now you can kind of make the decision. Do you want to manually schedule all the videos? So you can literally have it set to manual, and that way you can view content right here. You click the view content button, and you can literally go and schedule any of the videos for whatever day and whatever time you want to.
Oh my goodness. Hey, I work with a firm that once I've given the okay on my video, they go and they put it in a bunch of spots. They need to know about this because this will save them a lot of time, right?
Yep.
Because
So
they put it in my LinkedIn, they put it in my TikTok, they put it in my Facebook.
Yep.
Holy cow, this is great. Wait a minute, maybe I don't need them. Sorry,
Yeah, I
didn't mean it.
No, a lot of times we've gotten feedback where people save money, like they don't need a virtual assistant anymore, or people account managing, right? Like obviously our goal is not to get rid of all these people, but as a business owner, anytime you can save money, it kind of is nice, right?
Right.
So the option is you can literally manually schedule this. So you just press the schedule button, any of the content. You can look over the caption, or you can use AI and use this little wand right here. It says auto-generate caption.
Oh,
so
really?
AI can literally create the caption for you based on what your video is about.
Is it kind of SEO qualified, or what would you say?
I would say it's basically ChatGPT.
Okay.
Based right there. So right now, I just went and took my video and it says maximize your growth and productivity with these top 7 AI tools. So it takes the video script and kind of creates a caption for it.
Oh, I like that.
And if you don't like it, you can always revert it back to the original, or you can just auto-generate another one and see if you like that one better.
Oh, that's good.
And then you can also put your first comment on the video, so that way you can like help people engage with your content, or also direct them to your link if you want.
That is great. I mean, because right there, I've just been learning that it's important to make a comment on your own video right off the bat. How interesting is that?
Yeah. A lot of times psychologically, like people don't want to be the first comment because like, you kind of want social proof of like, hey, other people are commenting on here, like, and maybe I can too. So a lot of times some creators even post 3 to 4 times their own video saying like, hey, what do you think about this? Or what other suggestions would have worked for you? And that way it kind of sparks a conversation.
Oh, I love this. Yeah. See? You're teaching me so much.
So then once you have it how you want it, you can either publish it right now, or you can go ahead and do schedule. And then you can literally just click the day and the time that you want it. So that's how you can manually do it, and it will show up here on your calendar. And you can do that for every single platform if you want to. Now, if you're really wanting to be hands off, what you can do is just set it to auto. And when you set it to auto, it will literally post it. So when you post a YouTube video, within 2 hours, it will automatically, without you doing anything, post to TikTok, for example.
Wow. So does it know that I just uploaded a new video to YouTube?
Yep. So our system, every 2 hours, and that's why it takes up to 2 hours, goes through all of your social media and looks for any updates. So we're always pulling the feed and saying, hey, like, is there any new content? And so when every 2 hours when that happens, it'll say, oh, cool, Kathy has a new video. We're going to go ahead and trigger the workflow, and it's going to shoot to TikTok and for this workflow. And then obviously, like a lot of people will do the same real estate riches to Pinterest, real estate riches to Google Drive to make sure. And this is one of the coolest things too, Kathy, for you and your audience. You want to make sure that you're backing up all your content. The reason being is when you're on YouTube or TikTok, you don't actually own any of your audience there, right? It's that platform, you're kind of renting it. So for any time YouTube could do any kind of changes just randomly and say like, hey, anyone under 200 subscribers, we're just gonna not have your account anymore, whatever. Your account will just be shut down, because they're in control, it's their platform. So you wanna make sure that you're always doing a workflow, for example, from YouTube or wherever you're creating to Dropbox or Google Drive. That way your content is automatically being pushed into a place where you can save them yourself.
Oh man.
So if you ever get banned for whatever reason, like I've had a TikTok account banned before, and then it got given back to me, but it kind of showed me that, I don't actually own this platform.
Right.
And I had 700 videos at that point.
Oh.
So can you imagine if boom, they're just gone?
No, I love this idea. And I didn't realize that. I never thought about that.
Yeah. And that's why as marketers, right? And in any kind of business, you really want to focus on generating leads to your email list, because that is a place that you can actually kind of own that audience and have that relationship with them. So yeah, that's why we love helping repurpose all the different platforms, but it's always good to keep in mind to build your email list as well.
You don't have
Yes.
any plan in here of how to build your email list, do you?
Yeah, I mean, for just some free marketing advice for anyone who's watching, a great way to generate leads on all your social media platforms is to give something away for free.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lead magnet is what it's called, or a freebie,
Mm-hmm.
where you say, for example, like Kathy, if you put together like a top 10 checklist for what all real estate agents need to get leads, here's my top 10 checklist, or the top 10 software that you need to really, get your system in place. If you want to get that, go ahead and click the link in the bio and I'll give it to you for free. It'll go to your email. And for them to get that, they sign up with your email list, right? And so that way you can start by giving them value, and then you can start, recommending products and services that will help them.
Yeah, I love that.
So-
Thank you for that little side note.
Yeah. And so if you really think about it, like I used to do door-to-door sales, maybe like 5 years ago. And every day I would like knock doors and say, hey, this is who I am, right? What I love about social media, and especially with Repurpose IO, you're creating content, you're showing your face and saying, hey, this is who I am. You're knocking on a door online, pretty much. This is what I always like to say. It's called like online door knocking, pretty much. You're saying, hey, this is Kathy, this is what I do, this is how I can help you. And now you're all of a sudden you're putting it on YouTube, but then all of a sudden you're blasting it to all these other platforms as well. You're constantly 24/7 knocking doors. You're saying, hey, this is who I am, this is how I can help you. And so that's what I love it. It's automated. People can find you on their own. And that's really what excites me about all these different software and things. Like it looks kind of scary, but once you set it up, like I said, you can just set it to auto and you really don't have to look at it too much anymore.
Well,
So
I'm really
important.
loving this. My brain is just reeling with all kinds of ideas right now.
Yeah.
I have Pinterest, and I started when Pinterest first came out. I was a maniac to create everything on there. I mean, I have tons of followers on there, and I don't use it at all.
Yeah.
And yet
Pinterest is cool.
I have a ton of content.
Yeah,
I'm just
you do.
thinking, man, I'm just going to set this on auto and go.
Yeah, and the cool thing about Pinterest is here. Let's create a workflow right now with Pinterest.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Kathy to Pinterest account, just for an example.
Yeah,
And then just show you guys how easy it is to set up within 2 minutes.
I'm
so
so
you just-
excited about this.
You just name it and boom. The source would be for you, YouTube to Pinterest.
Yep.
So YouTube is the source. The action is you want to upload the video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the destination would be Pinterest. And I love Pinterest because they actually are one of the few that let you put a link within the video. Like every single video can have a link, which is really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. And so that's what I like. And plus, if you're new to marketing and you don't know too much about content, there's something called shelf life, which means how long a video actually lasts. And YouTube is really good because like it's mostly based on search. And so like people can search your videos for years on end. So the shelf life is really long.
Evergreen.
It's the same. Yeah, it's very evergreen, and you can like rank your videos and people can search like, hey, how do I do this with real estate? And your video can pop up, right? Because they're searching for it. Pinterest is cool too because it's also a search engine.
Yes.
It's actually one of the biggest search engines compared to TikTok or Instagram, where it's like a social media feed where the shelf life of that video is actually really small.
Right.
And
So with Pinterest, I noticed when you did that workflow, it even said folders that you could do because they have a lot of
Yep.
different categories of folders.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Yeah.
I'm going to be insane tonight.
and so with this one's cool, like you said, you can set it to auto, but you can also just view your content, and you can schedule it on here on Pinterest. And I always like that. Look right here, we even have it. You can put your link in there.
So give me an example. My link would be to something that I wanted it to link back to, like my YouTube channel. Or...
You could do it for YouTube. Say like put a snippet of your long form content from YouTube, and say, hey, do you want to watch the full video? Here's the link. Or you could also do like, hey, if you want a one-on-one phone call with me, a strategy session, here's the link. Here's my calendar. Like possibilities are endless, right?
Oh. I'm over the moon excited right now. I can hardly stand it.
So yeah, I'm a huge fan of Pinterest. Like if we go to my Pinterest account, let's see if we can, actually, let me try to find it right here. Go to socials, Pinterest. I love it because like I haven't posted too much to it in a long time, and it still just gets me, let's see if I can click on it. Still just gets me views. Like I was directing a lot of my traffic to my YouTube page,
Right.
And so it was, for me, it was like sharing about like a lot of AI tools and things like that and how people can help it in their entrepreneurial journeys. And I haven't really touched it in a long time. And I have 2.7 thousand followers and 2.4 thousand monthly views without me even doing anything. Yeah.
Wow, I love this. And I just noticed something else that you're doing up there. You got a bunch of little folders, and then when you did your socials, I see, you did your bookmarks in folders, and now they just kind of fill up all across.
Yeah.
I got to do that myself.
I like to just be organized. Yeah, this is just my own little thing, because there's so many links and things, so I just have my socials there, and I can easily just grab whatever I need.
So everybody notice Logan's Pinterest right here, because he is great himself on all kinds of digital stuff that you can learn from him. So check him out as well.
Yeah, thank you so much for that plug-in. Yeah, I just I was over the moon. So I was searching personally for something like this, because I just noticed myself, like, the life of me was getting drained out from trying to be everywhere at the same time. Oh man,
I really love this.
Yeah.
Darn it, it's another little distraction, but it's so exciting. I mean, they're the time saver, and like you said, you had over 2,000 people that were following it. This is what the goal is with social media. You're trying to bring them to you, and shoot, you can just friggin' be everywhere the way that this is set up.
It's really cool, because you almost become like a video agency in a way, like a video media like agency, where, because like a single person really can't do this on their own. It would just take so much time. And if you're a business owner, you got things to do, where you can set these up and you're good to go.
What's great about this is realtors today, a lot of them are independent agents, and that's my target audience. My target audience is the 40-plus-year-old realtor who's struggling in this industry, period. And now you compound it with tech. And I think I was telling you earlier, Logan, that I've been interviewing different agents, and they're ignoring AI. I said, you can't not only not ignore it in your business, it's in life. It's like the light bulb. That's how big it is.
It is. It really is.
And you have to pay attention. And things like this, these kinds of tools that can empower you, even if you just did it from, I don't know, Facebook to Instagram, just to dip your toe in and start to go on YouTube, watch different YouTube videos like this one, where you can start to learn how to level up your business, because this is a must. I freaking love this. So excited.
And the cool thing is too, is like everyone has a message to share. Like, there's someone who really needs what you're offering right now.
Yes.
And so, like, a lot of times they're in a place that you might not be. So like, if you're kind of focusing on TikTok, like, that's a little bit of a younger audience. Like, obviously the age gap is getting bigger, which is great, but there's someone who might need to listen to you on LinkedIn, right? And you might not be getting to them right now. And so if you can just set something up very simple like this, where you don't have to really think about it too much, and then you're going to start creating an audience for you, where people are needing you.
Yes.
And that's what I really like about this.
And that's what they're looking for, is, do I relate to you? Like, I'm in almost all those things. I don't like Snapchat, but I'm in them, but I'm not as efficient as I need to be, because like you said, there's only so many hours in a day. This just changed the game.
And like I said, it's so easy to set up. You just set it up once and you're good to go. We do have a lot of resources here. Like, so if you're like, man, I really wish that someone could walk me through this. If you go to the resources tab on the left side, you can do tutorial videos. And we have our someone named Roy who literally walks it through. You can press play and it says, like, what do you want to do? And we literally just click the button. Let me do this. You can literally say, hey, what do you want to do with us here? Do you want to back up your videos? Do you want to create clips from your YouTube videos? Do you want to just auto-publish all your short-form content? What do you want to do? And when you click on this, it's responsive. So I click on this, and he will literally guide you through it.
Wow.
So how do I add a connection? How do I create a workflow? Things like that.
Well, that's great, because it's all within the package versus going back to this video to see it all. It's all within the package. I love this.
Yeah, so that's pre-recorded. We have our support team to help you, and then also our lives. But yeah, we'd love to have everyone who's watching this right here just give it a shot. And Kathy has a link that you guys can try it out for free. You don't even have to put in a credit card, but we'd love for you guys to just see how much this can make your life easier.
Boy, I love this. I really want to thank you, Logan. Anything else on there that you need to tell us?
Like I said, it's very inexpensive. It's especially for all the things that you can do with it. There's really two pricing options. Obviously, we have our trial that we want you to go ahead and get your feet wet and just get your first workflow in and see how it works for you. I would say most people just jump in with the content marketer plan.
That's where I'm going to go.
Yep. It's just $25 a month. If you pay yearly, it comes out to $249 for the whole year. Because most people don't need an agency plan. This is if you have like 20 clients and you're kind of in charge of all their accounts, which can be kind of a lot. Because with the content creator plan, you can connect up to 5 YouTube channels, 5 TikToks. So it's like kind of already a lot.
Wow.
And so you really don't need much more than that if I was to give you a suggestion. But it's for TikTok creators, podcasters. So a lot of your people might actually be on podcasts too. You can actually create short form. This will probably be the last thing I show you here, just so I'm not getting too in the weeds so that people get overwhelmed.
Well, I do podcasts too.
Yeah. And the nice thing with you do video podcasts.
Yep.
So you can actually create that content from video, which I honestly would suggest for all of your audience. Video podcasts right now is booming. It's huge. But if you do not do video podcasts, let's just say that you only do audio, you can actually create a workflow and connect your podcast audio and create video formats of it so that it can go on to like TikTok, for example. So we could do audio podcasts to TikTok, and then you just do next. Your source would be audio podcast feed, and you can choose which podcast, whether it's your personal one or a different one. And then you click next. Your action would be to, instead of upload video, it's now going to convert audio to video. So that's the action. And you can either do the full episode or you can create snippets out of it.
So wait, convert an audio to a video? Is it just a dancing avatar or something?
No, it's more just like it'll make subtitles. It'll create the captions there.
So they're reading.
Yeah, and it's gonna. I'll show you what it looks like here in just 1 second. So then we just convert audio to video, and then the destination for this workflow, you can do it to any of them. Would just be like TikTok for this example, and then you just click done. And I'll show you what they kind of look like. You can preview. So for this workflow, it's audio podcast to TikTok. You can do view content, and you can create snippets. So this one is, let's say this one is 9 minutes, right? This is a podcast that I did a long time ago, obviously in 2021. So how to choose your product to promote, right? And it's 14 minutes. So what I can do is create snippet. It'll bring up the snippet details, and you can kind of clip it from one point to another and say, okay, cool, this is really good 30-second piece of value. And you can do create snippet, right? So we'll just do that one, for example. So it created that snippet. And then now we can go ahead and schedule that. That's a little bit less than a minute. You can schedule that. And you can put the subheadline, the caption. You can put your artwork here. You can choose a cover image if you want to. But let me show you. So if I go to the settings tab, you can kind of see what it looks like. So you can, this is what it would look like if it was in 16:9. Or you can do our predefined templates, which kind of, there's the square version if you want to put it on LinkedIn, where it has your podcast artwork here. Yeah, and you can make it the 9:16. So this is kind of like more like what TikTok would be. So I can go ahead and click on that. So my podcast artwork with my picture right there with my son would be right there. And it kind of shows that it's going across the screen, and then it would have this the captions there on the bottom.
Very cool. Very cool.
So a lot of cool options. Like I said, I always tell people when they come into Repurpose, there's the very basic stuff, which is where we want you to start. And you can just start auto-publishing all over the place, be everywhere. Then there's also advanced options, which we can do with you to further customize your marketing strategies. But we'd love to help any of you guys out with this process, as well as Kathy, obviously.
Well, and I love that I can start small, like you're saying, and I can go bigger. Because like me, I want to dive in, I want to do every single thing on there, but I can't. I got to do it in stages. And but I love the little chat that's right down in the right-hand corner. I love that I can go get the support with the guy in the video. I love that I can get immediate help to figure it out when I'm right in the meat of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the biggest thing, I think a lot of people sign up for all these cool tools, but then they're kind of just dropped off, right? Like, good luck. Whereas we want to help you actually see that, like, this can be game changing for you.
There we go.
We've had some people who literally set up workflows and they kind of just forget it, like on a Facebook page. And this is actually one of the co-founders of Repurpose IO, his good friends. He went back on his Facebook page a long time ago because that's not really his platform, and he had like over 1 million followers.
Oh my gosh.
Not saying that that's like an outlier, right? But I'm just saying, like, it can kind of build on its own without you even doing anything extra. It's just kind of crazy.
I love it. Well, that's my vision.
Yeah, that's all our goals, right?
It's all our goals, right? Hey, Logan, thank you so much. And I appreciate, because you did this as an extra thing for Repurpose IO.
Yeah.
This wasn't something that you normally have done, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate the owner saying, yeah, he can do that.
Yeah, we love all our customers, and we hope that you guys really enjoy our platform.
Yeah, and we will do our best to promote it and bring it to you, because I think it's a tool and a half, man.
Oh yeah, it's awesome, and it's only getting better because we're having a version 3 coming out later this year, where it's just going to be game changing, with a lot more AI involved as well. So
wonderful. Well, thank you, Logan, and thank you, everybody, for watching. Please subscribe below, share, spread the word, because this is golden. Thanks, everybody.
Bye-bye.